This morning, somewhere with more background noise. I'm at Stoke Bardolph, and I'm going to be walking down there. We're on the search for a specific beetle today, Podagrica fuscicornis, which is found on mallow, and I've been told that it's along further round this field edge. But before we get going, I've already found a few bits. There's a couple of brassica bugs on here, but also there's these, which are duck bug nymphs. These are like last instar nymphs, and an unusual coloured one. It's an earlier stage nymph, but I've not seen one that shade before. There are adults here. And there's an adult that's sort of facing from left to right, and a late instar nymph, and two more late instar nymphs here. This of course was a species only recorded new to Nottinghamshire a few years ago, and has gone mad, and it is found in really good numbers pretty much everywhere now. And then deep down in here there's a very fresh green shield bug. It's a very fresh adult. There's lots of nymphs of them around. And there's been a couple of brassica bugs on here, so we'll see what else we can find down there. As you can probably imagine, I don't think you need to be an entomologist to work it out, but there's not always a great deal to find along field edges, and even less so in this instance because of this crop, this maize crop, which looks like a scene from Kevin Costner's A Field of Dreams, and in some ways it is, but crops such as this are a total monoculture because nothing else grows in amongst them. This bit's unusual because it's got a bit of bindweed growing up it, but otherwise the soil is devoid and there's no plants, and the crop generates so much shade that nothing can grow in it anyway. Now the plant I'm looking for, mallow, is here. It's a very common plant, often grows up against walls on brownfield sites, and the beetle we're after has mallow as its host plant. And there's some more here, look. It's sort of going over by now, but I'm hoping to just find one visually without having to bash it. But there's quite a bit down here, and Adrian, who found these the other day, says there are one or two beetles to be found. So it's a case just seeing if there are any openly on the mallow foliage. Should be easy to find, as they are, well, the elytra's dark blue to almost black and metallic, and the pronotum is red, and the legs in fuscicornis are also red. Now the location that he gave me was about halfway along here, further down here to be honest. I've only just come round this corner, so I think it's a fingertip inspection of these plants we've just looked at, and look further down the stems. And hopefully we'll strike it lucky. Just come a bit further down, continually checking any mallow plants, and have found one. And this centre of the picture just sat on that leaf. It's the only one I've seen so far. Nice beetle. Say the head and pronotum are red, and the elytra, which are the wing cases, is a dark metallic blue. So, mission accomplished, but now for a few photographs. So a good find. And Nottingshire's, was then the second known site in Nottinghamshire for it. There is an old record from Berklands and Billow in Sherwood Forest from 1981, which, in view of the food plant, I would be tempted to say it's probably a wrong identification. You don't get mallow in Sherwood Forest. It could possibly be a slightly larger beetle, or Gastrophysa polygoni, which is very similar but say slightly larger, and that feeds on knot grass, which is a polygonum which can grow at the side of these fields. You may well find some along here, but yeah, certainly the ones that Adrian found, which would include this one no doubt, are probably the first genuine Nottinghamshire records. And we've got a bit of sun to lighten the proceedings.